Lesson 95. Let's begin with some long division. Open your workbook to lesson 95 and find part 1. These are division problems that are partially worked. You'll work the problem for the ones digit of the answer and complete each problem. Read problem A. 2,491 divided by 3. Problem A is read 2,491 divided by 53. What's the first thing you do to work the problem? The first thing you do to work the problem is bring down this ones digit to here. They've already done that for you. So, you know 249 divided by minus 212 equals 37. Then you bring down the 1. Bring down the ones digit, then work the estimation problem and complete the problem. So what we have here is 371, which is 37 tens, and 53 rounds to 50, giving us 5 tens. And what's the closest thing you get when you divide 37 by 5? 7, because 7 times 5 is 35. So 37 divided by 5, our estimation is going to be 7. We'll plug that in right here. Now you have 47. So then you need to multiply 53 times this 7. So, like it's done right here, 53 times 7 equals 371. That is what you're going to plug in right here. And what is 371 minus 371? Well, that's 0. So there is no remainder. Nothing needs to be put up here. This is how you solve problem A. It's already up here for you. Now, pause the video and work problem B. Resume when you're ready to check your answer. So, problem B is read 967 divided by 39. The first thing you do to work the problem is, again, bring down the ones digit, just like we did here. Here's the answer to problem B. Bring down the 7 in the ones place. Now, your division problem that you need to work now is 387 divided by 39. To do that, we're going to do estimation division, meaning we're rounding these to the tens. So 187 rounds to 190, giving us 19 tens right here. 39 rounds up to 40, giving us 4 tens right here. 19 divided by 4 is 4, because the closest we can get is 4 times 4, which is 16. So we're going to say 19 divided by 4 equals 4. That gets plugged in right here. Now you will want to multiply 39 times 4 to get this number right here. As we know, 39 times 4 equals 156. So, like it's shown, plugged in right here. Now we need to subtract these two numbers to figure out our remainder, which is 31. 31 is our remainder, so it goes up here. And remember, our denominator for our remainder is always the number we divide by. This matches this. Moving on to problem C. Problem C reads 2,780 divided by 81. Pause the video now to work the problem and resume when you're ready to go over the answer. So, problem C, here we go. Problem C, 2,780 divided by 81. They've already worked the first digit, so what you're going to do is, again, you bring down the ones place to make this 350. Then doing estimation division, 350 rounds to 35 tens, like it shows here, and 81 rounds to 80, giving us 8 tens right here. 35 divided by 8 is 4. That number, as we've been doing, gets plugged in right here on the ones digit, because that's what we've been working the whole time. So the next step is 81 times 4. 81 times 4 is 324. This is where it gets plugged into. So you want to subtract 350 minus 324, which gives us our remainder of 26. I call it the remainder because there's nothing left here to divide. It's what's left after you work a problem, giving us our remainder right here, which is 26 over 81. As I've been saying, remember the denominator matches the number you divide by. This plugs in for right here. Now, let's move on to something different, something we call probability. You're going to learn about probability. Say that word, probability. Probability, spelled P-R-O-B-A-B-I-L-I-T-Y, probability. The probability of something happening doesn't tell that it will happen. The probability tells how likely it is going to happen. So again, pardon me, the probability, this is what it means, of something happening doesn't tell that it will actually happen. Probability tells how likely it is going to happen. It is very likely that a brick will fly through the window in a few seconds. Let me repeat that. That was a question. Is it very likely that a brick will fly through the window in a few seconds? No, we have no proof. Is it likely that we'll have a lunch period tomorrow? Well, if we were in school, yes, you know it's likely because we usually have it every day. Is it likely that it will get dark tonight? Yes, it is likely that it'll get dark tonight. Is it likely that every student will bring a cold lunch to school tomorrow? No, it's not likely. Because there's chance, probability. Is it likely that you'll have a math test before the end of the year? Yes. If we were in school, that would have been yes. Yes, it is likely. Because as you know, we have one every 10 lessons. So please look at the display. Here is a jar with blue marbles and one white marble. If you reach in a jar without looking at the marbles and pulled out one marble, would it probably be a blue marble or a white marble? It would probably be a blue marble. Why? Because there's more. Is it possible that you could pull out the white marble? Yes, there is a chance, it is possible that you could pull out the white marble. But is it more probable that you'll pull out a blue marble? Yes, it's more likely that you'll get a blue marble. There are way more than there are white. We use fractions to show the probability of pulling a blue marble or a white marble from the jar. Here's a blank fraction, white and blue. We'll show the fraction for pulling out a white marble. The denominator of the fraction tells the number for all the marbles. The numerator tells the number for marbles you're interested in. So if you count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 marbles in all. So our denominator is going to be 16. Which part of the fraction tells about all the marbles? The denominator tells about all the marbles. So this denominator will be the same for both of these, 16. Now, which part tells about the marbles you're interested in? Well, this one says white. How many of the marbles are white? 1. Out of how many in all? 16. So 1/16 of the marbles are white. Now, if we're interested in the white marble, the numerator of the fraction is 1. What fraction shows the probability of pulling out a white marble? Right here, 1/16. So what fraction shows the probability of pulling out a blue marble? What's left over? 15 16ths. 15 of them are blue, 16 in all. You can also figure it out by looking. If I have 1/16 here, what's left over? 16 minus 1, 15. Yes, so we have 15 out of 16 blue marbles. The fraction that is closer to 1 tells which event is more likely to happen. So which of these fractions, these two right here, is closer to 1 whole, 16 out of 16? Blue. So blue is more likely to happen. Pulling out a blue marble is more likely to happen if you were to pull one marble out of this jar. So, next. Here's a jar with 16 marbles. 4 of them are white. We're going to write fractions for pulling out a white marble and pulling out a blue marble. So, I'll repeat. Here's a jar with 16 marbles in all. 4 are white. What is the number for our denominator for these two fractions? The denominator for both these fractions is 16, because I said, and we know, we have a jar full of 16 marbles in all. The denominator tells us how many in all. Now, tell me the number for the numerator for white marbles. What number goes here? How many white marbles do we have? We have 4 white marbles. 1, 2, 3, 4. And giving us the answer of what's left over, how many are blue marbles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And how many in all? 16. Quick math, if you don't want to spend your time counting these, look here. 16 minus 4 equals 12. It's what's left over. All right. Next. Here are the jars with 1 white marble and 4 white marbles. What's the probability fraction for pulling a white marble from the first jar? What's our probability of a white marble coming out of here as a fraction? It would be 1/16. 16 marbles in all, 1 of them is white. What would be our probability here? How many in all? 16. How many are white? 4. There it is. Which of these two fractions is closer to 1? 4/16 is closer to 1, or 16 over 16 in this case. So which event is more likely, pulling a white marble from the first jar or the second jar? You have a greater probability of pulling from this second jar that has 4 white marbles out of 16. Next. Here are 2 fractions. One is less than 1/2 and one is more than 1/2. Here are 2 fractions. One is less than 1/2 and one is more than 1/2. Which fraction is more than 1/2? 5/8 is more than 1/2. So which fraction is closer to 1? 5/8 is closer to 1. Watch. Here we have 3/10 and 5/8 drawn out. 1, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 notches in this line. Only 3 are filled out. What's half of 10? 5. We know 5/10 is half for this. It's not half full yet. Now look at 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 5 shaded in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which fraction shows a probability that is more likely? 5/8. It's more than half. Remember, the fraction that is closer to 1 tells about the event that is more probable. So let's have you stop there. And when you're ready, resume with the next part to this lesson, which is lesson 95, video 2.